the Lamb and the Lion. Grace and peace be multiplied to you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, who first came as the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, and after death rose as the Lion of Judah, clothed in glory and crowned with power. For this is the mystery revealed. The humility of the Lamb made the victory of the Lion possible, and the meekness of his suffering became the strength of his resurrection. Before he roared, he yielded. Before he conquered, he was pierced. Before he ascended, he bowed his head. And this same Christ, who came lowly, shall return in majesty. For the Lamb who was slain is the Lion who lives forevermore. Beloved, this foundation must be firmly laid in your hearts. No man rises in the strength of the Lion until he first bows in the humility of the Lamb. Christ himself walked that path, and all who would follow him must walk it also. For God does not anoint pride but brokenness, nor self-confidence but surrender. Every servant raised by God was first reduced to nothing, that the power of God might become their everything. Consider the witnesses of old. Moses was strong in Egypt, but useful only in Midian. David was a shepherd boy, overlooked by men, yet chosen by God in the valley. Samson had strength in his arms, but not in his heart, and only when blinded and humbled did he find true power. Peter boasted of loyalty, yet wept bitterly when his own strength failed him, and in that place of tears the shepherd restored him. Paul, confident in himself, was cast down by a blinding light so that grace alone might raise him. Daniel prayed though death threatened, trusting God above the lions. Joseph held to the dreams of God while chained in darkness. Each one learned the same truth. The strength of man collapses, but the strength of God endures. From these examples we understand the unchanging pattern of the Lord. Before God lifts a man, he lowers him. Before God uses a man, he empties him. Before God gives him a voice, he gives him a breaking. Thus the Lamb must be formed in you before the Lion can speak through you. And now this truth is given to you for instruction. Many desire to rise, many desire to speak, many desire to defend the household of faith, but they rise in themselves and not in the strength of the Lord. Good intentions without God will fail, zeal without surrender will crumble, and boldness without obedience becomes noise. For if even those who belong to Christ stumble when they trust in their own strength, how much more will the man fall who stands apart from God? The sons of Sceva learned this with terror, for the unclean spirit said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you? Acts 19:15. Their mouths spoke the name of the Lord, but their lives did not bear his authority. So it is with all who try to stand apart from him. Therefore, beloved, let this be clear. The call to stand must come from God, not ego. The flesh stirs anger, but the Spirit grants authority. The flesh seeks to be seen, but the Spirit seeks that Christ be glorified. You do not rise because you feel strong. You rise because God has made you weak, and in that weakness his power rests upon you. You do not rise because injustice provokes you. You rise because the Spirit compels you. For the battle is the Lord's, and those who stand must be clothed in his armor, not their own. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God. Ephesians 6:10-11. And where is this strength found? It is found in prayer and in fellowship. Strength is born in the secret place, not in public places. It is formed where no eye sees but God alone. Jesus prayed before the dawn. The apostles prayed until the room trembled. In prayer, pride dies. In prayer, fear is broken. In prayer, the Lamb softens the heart, and the lion fills it with courage. In prayer, the strength of flesh is exchanged for the strength of God. Yet strength is also sustained in fellowship, for no man stands long who stands alone. You need brethren who lift your arms, who sharpen your heart, who stir your courage, who walk with you in unity and love. God has formed one body, not many fragments, and the man who isolates himself weakens himself. Therefore, let each believer examine his heart. Let those who feel the call first kneel. Let those who desire to speak first listen. Let those who long to rise first be willing to be broken. For God crowns not the strong, but the surrendered. He empowers not the loud, but the obedient. He lifts not the proud, but the faithful. If you would roar as a lion before men, you must bow as a lamb before God. If you would stand for Christ in the world, Christ must stand fully within you. May you rise in the strength of the Lord and not in your own. May you walk in his authority and not in the impulse of your flesh. And may you rise in the will of the Lord and not in the will you fashion for yourself, that the nations may know that Jesus Christ is Lord. From the Shepherd's Dog,